Miley, I'm not sure if I can see you as my daughter-in-law. Helen, what do you mean by that? Well, your skills as a housewife are questionable. Well, I'm not saying I'm a perfect housewife, but I've definitely put in my fair share to keep this household running. Just hoping for a little acknowledgement, you know. I don't think it's a good idea to talk back to your mother-in-law in the first place. And it's not fair to ignore what I say either. I've been working full-time all along. I've been handling everything from breakfast and lunch to cleaning and laundry. I've done all the shopping and made dinner myself. What more do you expect from me? Sean is getting frustrated with you because you keep complaining, but aren't taking any action to change things. What? I overheard you and Sean arguing, you know? Looks like you're moving out, huh? So, basically, you and Sean are getting divorced, right? Helen, you heard about that? Well, you're nothing more than a maid in this house. We wouldn't be troubled at all if you left. Actually, I'm happy to be able to live alone with Sean. I know. I must have just been a nuisance for you, Helen. I could sense it every single day. Well, you seem to understand pretty well. Thinking you can just rely on Sean's income for everything is just wishful thinking. I've never thought of anything like that. I have a job too, and I've never considered relying on someone else's income. Do you want to imply that you earn more than him? You're so arrogant, even though you have a comfortable life thanks to my son. Honestly, it's hard to understand how a wife who can't even do housework properly insists she's doing everything right. But honestly, I feel relieved that you'll be gone soon. It's not surprising that Sean wants a divorce from you. With all due respect, I have been putting up with everything for quite a while now. I can handle being alone just fine. Huh? You and Sean never appreciate me. Every time I try to say something, you two would say hurtful things. Like I'm useless at chores and less than a maid. I can't take being treated poorly anymore. So I'm the one asking for a divorce. Hey, what's gotten into you? Asking for a divorce out of nowhere? Slow down a bit, will you? You're not exactly a pro at housework. And for someone who talks big about their job, your income isn't exactly impressive. Take a break from the jokes, seriously. No, seriously. And my income isn't exactly low. It's better if I'm not around here, right? Yeah, that's true, but honestly, I think it was Sean who wanted the divorce. I mean, let's face it. You're not exactly the epitome of a charming wife, are you? Excuse me? Your cooking's a flop, cleaning's subpar, and the laundry's always a wreck. Just as I've been saying, you're no better than a housekeeper. That's because you constantly make unreasonable demands. So you blame me? You always ask for something else when I've planned a meal. So I end up improvising with what we have. I said I'd clean up after work, but 5 minutes before I leave, you'd insist I do it right away. And the laundry? I fold it neatly, but you mess it up before I can even put it away. It's just too much. Wow, you blame me for all your poor housework. You've got some serious nerve. You're even less suitable to be my daughter-in-law. I agree with you, and I'm fed up with being your daughter-in-law. Since you're getting divorced with my son anyway, you should leave our house today. You don't need to come back here ever again. Sounds good to me. I'm sorry to bother you on your busy morning before work. Miley, where the hell are you? Why do I have to tell you? I assumed your mother would have already filled you in on the situation. I've packed up all my essentials, so you can do whatever you want with the rest of my things. What's the deal with that? I've had enough of you and your mother. I never want to go back to that house ever. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, remember our chat about the divorce? You signed those papers, right? I've kept them in my bag all this time. Today's the day I file them. Wait a minute. I don't remember agreeing to that. But you did sign it, right? Signing means you've agreed to the divorce, you know. Well, I was pretty worked up when you brought up the whole divorce thing. So I just scribbled my signature on it in the heat of the moment. You know, I'd be in trouble if I divorced you, right? There's no way I'm supposed to go through with a divorce or anything like that. No, I'm serious. I'm fed up with both you and your mother. I come home from work exhausted, and there's not a word of comfort. Just orders to do chores one after another. There's nothing enjoyable about it. I'll talk to my mom. Why was I even in that house? Isn't family supposed to support each other and live with mutual respect? You're absolutely right. I won't stay where I'm not respected as a person. I'm definitely not going back. I'm sorry. That wasn't our intention. Seriously? You were complaining along with your mother. Who do you think you are to complain? I'm the one who pays the bills. I know that. You don't understand anything. That's why we're getting a divorce. I'm really sorry. How are we going to live without you? The fuck do I care? Figure it out with your beloved mother. I don't want anything to do with you too. Calm down and think about it. Mom's getting older. I'm sure we're gonna need to pay for her care. I know. I only make half of what you do. There's no way I can handle everything on my own. Then get another job or something. We're gonna be strangers soon. I won't pay anything for a stranger. That's why I'm asking you to reconsider the divorce. I'm sick and tired of you. Miley, how are you doing? I see you haven't blocked me. I'm glad to hear that. What do you want? At that moment, I didn't believe you'd actually go through with a divorce. I apologize for being so mean to you. You're creeping me out. You know, you can come back to our house, right? What the hell? You kicked me out, remember? I was mad. It's my fault. Wow. I just realized how messed up it was for me to behave like that. I'll take care of you if you come back. I apologize. Take care of me? What are you talking about? I'll cook, clean, and even do the laundry. I'm willing to do all of that for you. You treated me so disrespectfully. Remember when you said I was worse than a housekeeper? I'm apologizing about that, right? Also, I heard how much you make a year. What? I heard you earn $300,000 a year. That's really impressive. I had no idea you were earning that much. I feel terrible for bossing you around and being mean despite that. I won't be getting back with your son, even if you apologize. Every day felt like hell for me. And I just want to forget it all. That's why I'm going to make sure to repay you in every way possible from now on. Repay? I've put you through much. Let me make it up to you. Is that how you're going to act now that you know my income? You're something else. I want nothing to do with you anymore. Leave me alone. Hold on a second. Don't get ahead of yourself just because I held back. You think you can act all high and mighty just because you make more than Sean? Not happening. And after I've even considered welcoming you back as my daughter-in-law, you're refusing? Welcoming me back? Don't be silly. If anything, it's the other way around. You and your son can live happily together. I'm saying you should reconcile because we can't get along. Huh? What do you mean? Sean is always complaining about not having money. He doesn't even give me any allowance. I can't even go out to lunch with my friends. Oh yeah, I've been the one paying for everything. Plus, as I age, there's the concern of falling ill, you know? We need to ensure we have funds for that too. Oh, isn't that something you should discuss with your son? It's awkward for me, a stranger, to be told about it. I intend to pay for the care expenses of my own parents. So you should ask your son to pay for yours. Don't be stingy. I'm asking because my son can't afford it. He can't even make ends meet. Oh, I see. Well, that sucks for you. That doesn't mean I'm going to help you two out. Don't be ridiculous. You're way out of line. How about this? Could you help out with living expenses? Let's say, $10,000 a month? You're kidding, right? I don't get it. Why should I help you with your living expenses? You're as nagging and indecisive as ever. Can you just decide right now whether you'll pay for my care or help with monthly expenses? I really don't understand. Why are you short on money? Have you ever thought of asking your son that? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, you still don't know anything, huh? Do you have any idea why you are so broke? It's because of your son. How is it his fault? I won't help you with any of your expenses at all. Go ahead and ask your son. Wait, tell me what's going on. Miley, why'd you go and blurt out that stuff to Mom? Now things are tough every single day. Even if I didn't say anything, it would have come out eventually, right? About your massive debt? You wouldn't quit gambling no matter how many times I ask. And as a result, you ended up in debt, didn't you? It's your own fault, so it's no surprise it came out. Honestly, it was bound to come out. Yes, but was it really necessary to bring it up? Wow, are you serious? You asked me to keep quiet about it, so I worked my ass off to pay off your debts. And yet, your mother treated me like I was just a maid. She made me do everything and constantly belittled me. And you didn't even stand up for me. I'm sorry about that. Do you realize the effort I had to put in to clear your debts? I can't overlook that, and I'd rather not dwell on it. Mom gave the green light for us to reconcile, right? Huh? Don't be ridiculous. Who would get back together with you? I'm so busy paying my debts right now. I can't even make ends meet. I know, I was the one paying for everything, you know. I'm constantly pressured by my mom to provide for daily expenses and allowances. I'm struggling. Well, of course you are. You've been relying on someone else's paycheck for so long. It's no surprise you're feeling squeezed in your current lifestyle, huh? Then lend me a hand, even if it's just a little bit. You gotta pitch in. Why? We were married, don't forget that. We tied the knot out of love. I'm sure you still care enough to help me out. Wow. Come on, you earn a lot of money, so you can spare a little to help me out. Don't be stingy. Stop being delusional. It's your debt, so you need to handle it yourself. Relying on me is pointless. We're just divorced strangers now. That's harsh. If you're determined to do something about it, then you need to work hard yourself. Hey, Miley. I apologize for everything I did to you. It's all my fault. Please, come back. You're persistent, huh? No matter how much you beg me, there's no way I'm going back. We're on the brink of bankruptcy. My son's debts might force us to sell our home. If you can pay off your son's debts that way, why not do it? Well, it's not enough. Are you serious? Is it getting worse? Maybe. I don't know the original amount. What a scumbag. A scumbag. Maybe it's better if you go bankrupt. You're heartless, aren't you? You have no idea what is Sean going through. You should think about how he feels. You're undeniably the one who raised such a son. If you're feeling any responsibility, why don't you two pitch in and work to pay off the debt together? What are you talking about? There's no way I can work at my age. I don't think that's true. There are plenty of people your age working too. Everyone's just living life responsibly, you know. What? I don't think I can. Then what are you going to do? How about I work for you? What? I'll work as a housekeeper for you. You pay me $10,000 a month. I think I can work if you pay me that. It's a good idea, isn't it? What do you think? You must be out of your mind. No wonder why your son is messed up too. You don't understand anything, do you? Huh? I got better things to do than this. Please leave me alone. Oh no, I thought it was a good idea. I don't have anything to do with you crazy people. Think about how to live your life without me. Miley, why are you being like this? I'm your mother-in-law, remember? I divorced your son a long time ago. I have nothing else to do with you. I'm blocking both of you, so please leave me alone. No. How are we going to live? Help us. After selling their house to pay off the debt, there was still some money left. Sean and his mother lost their home. And now they live in a small rented apartment, struggling to make ends meet. Sean works extra night shifts after his regular job to repay the debt. And his mother got a part-time job at a deli. They're both pitching in to clear the remaining debt, which is only fair. I'm focusing on work to get back the money I spent for Sean. When I've saved up a bit, I might plan a solo trip. Until then, I'll just take it day by day.
Martin, is this a good time? I'm in a bit of trouble at the office.
What's wrong?
We have some trouble with a client. I've been busy dealing with it. I won't be home for a while.
Oh, really? You'll be home pretty late?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to make it home tonight.
Yeah, it's snowing like crazy out there. According to the weather forecast, it's going to pile up even more. Arya, rather than taking a chance of coming home tonight, it might be safer just to stay somewhere else.
You've got a good point. I'll probably have to stay overnight at the office.
Well, I'd drive up and pick you up myself. But I'm not used to driving in the snow, so...
Yeah, no pressure.
There's not much we can do. It's rare for it to snow like this.
You're working from home all day today, right?
Yeah, it's nice to be able to work from home on a day like this. You don't even have to step outside.
I wish my company would hurry up and adopt remote working. When we have a heavy snow day like today, or a storm hits, I can't go home until the next day.
Come to mention it, this happened before, right? I think it was during a big storm.
That's right. All the trains were stopped.
Well, it's rare for it to snow this much. You can't stop Mother Nature. I'll take care of the housework. You just concentrate on your work.
Thanks, Martin. Oh, by the way, I'm really sorry, but would you mind washing the bedspread?
What? That thing won't fit in the dryer. You can't hang it out in this weather.
You can just wash it, and I'll figure something out later.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, could you wash the apron in the kitchen too?
Apron? Arya, do you use an apron?
I don't usually. My mother gave it to me as a birthday present. It's a pretty fancy one with a flower pattern. I'm thinking of using it. I just want to wash it before I do.
Okay, got it. I'll wash it.
Oh, sorry, Martin.
What's up?
Come to think of it, you're home, but you were working.
Well, yeah.
I got distracted with business stuff in the snow. I'm sorry I asked you to do all the housework.
No problem. I'm almost done with work. I'll take care of the laundry stuff.
Thanks. Well, I'm going back to work.
Okay. Good luck.
Martin, where are you? Please pick up the phone. Don't tell me you went out in this heavy snow. Do you know what's going on in our yard? I just got a call from the neighbor's wife. She said there was a woman lying in the snow in our yard. She said because we weren't there, she called an ambulance and other stuff. There's no way I can get home in the snow. I don't know where you are, but no, that's what's going on. I just hope the woman's okay. If you see this, please call me, no matter what. Martin, where are you now? The message I sent you yesterday still hasn't been read. Haven't you come home yet? Maybe you turned off your phone? I know someone was taken by ambulance from our yard, so please call me as soon as possible. Hey, do you know how serious the situation is? I don't know where you've been since yesterday. Martin, I hope you know how bad this is.
Hey, Arya. I just took a look at your message. Is this some kind of play or something? You even got the neighbors involved. I don't know if it's the pressure at work or what. You better stop with the weird jokes. So you said you were taken away by ambulance, but to what hospital? You're not going to tell me to come and visit you or something, are you? I mean, an ambulance for something like that is a bit much, isn't it? You're probably lying about being taken to hospital anyway.
Martin, you finally texted me back.
Are you in the hospital? What happened that you had to be taken away?
Huh? I'm still at work.
What? Then when you say hospital by ambulance...
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean you're still at work? I mean, you're off work today, right? Aren't you coming home?
The snow seems to have calmed down this morning, but I don't think going home right now would be a good idea.
What? Wait a minute. You've been at work since yesterday?
Yes, of course.
Well, You said you were found buried in the snow in the yard and rushed to the hospital by ambulance. I knew it. You're all right, right?
I don't know, we're not really on the same page here. Martin, you're reading the talk history at random, right?
Huh?
Go back and read it again, word for word. After you understand what it says, text me back.
Aria, I read your message.
Did you understand what it said?
Oh my god. There was a strange woman who was taken to the hospital from our house. She was buried in the snow. This is a big deal.
No, it's not a deal. You did this to her.
What?
You're so obvious, saying it was an act or a weird joke. You made a fool of me.
Did I say that?
There's no point in playing dumb with me like that. Which one of us is the one who's acting?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's enough. It's in the message. There's nothing you can do to fix it now.
No, it was a misunderstanding. I did read the text carefully. I misunderstood.
Was it a misunderstanding that can be explained?
I'm sorry, but I accidentally deleted my message history just now. I can't see our conversation anymore. Well, I can't help it if it's gone, can I? If you don't have the contents of the message, there's no way for you to check.
Are you stupid?
Huh?
With text, even if you delete your own history, the other person's history is still there.
Oh, it is?
And then, I found out the identity of the woman we think was buried in the snow in the yard.
Huh?
Her name is Kayla.
Kayla?
A friend of yours? She's obviously someone I don't know. Who is she?
Oh, I don't know her either.
Are you still playing dumb?
That's strange. I thought for sure it was you.
Huh? You thought it was me?
Oh, no, it's nothing.
Well, there's no need to question you now.
Huh?
You know that ambulance fiasco we had? Don't you think they've already done some investigating?
Oh, come on. What's with you already? If you have something to say, just come out and say it.
Let me ask you something. Kayla is your lover, right?
What?
I know everything, so there's no point in trying to cover it up. Besides, Kayla isn't the only one you've been cheating with. How much of a scumbag can you be if you're married and you're cheating with 2 people?
No, just... There's a lot going on with this.
Well, let's hear about the circumstances, shall we?
I'm sorry.
Well, let me put you on the spot. Let me walk you through the whole scenario. Yesterday, when you found out that I couldn't come home because of the heavy snow, you took advantage of the situation and contacted both Kayla and the other woman you were having an affair with. However, Kayla declined, saying she had something to do. You decided to spend the snowy day with the other fling who took you up on your offer. So you drove over to pick her up. You forgot to lock the front door.
Oh.
And for some reason, while nobody was at home, Kayla came to the house. I don't know why she suddenly decided to come over. I'm sure she must have run out of things she had planned to do, or finished early. The front door was open, so she decided you must be at home, working. She came inside without saying a word to you. She took the liberty of using my apron in the kitchen to cook a meal for you and started cooking.
What?
The pink apron I asked you to wash. Kayla must be a family-oriented woman to serve a home-cooked meal at her cheating boyfriend's house. I don't understand the nerve of using the kitchen or wearing an apron without permission.
Hey, wait a minute.
Then you come home with the other woman you've been having an affair with. Just by looking at the back of the person wearing the apron, you thought I had actually come home early. You were in a panic because you thought that I, your wife, would find out about the affair. You threw the apron-clad woman out into the yard where the snow was beginning to fall heavily without even checking her face.
Was that Kayla?
You and the other woman you were having an affair with did not realize that it was Kayla. You guys had to get out of the house quickly so that your wife in the yard would not notice you. This time you securely locked the door and left. I don't know where you went after that, but you've been with the other one, haven't you?
Well then, what about Kayla? Kayla, what happened to her?
Apparently she sprained both her ankles when you threw her out into the yard.
What?
When she tried to enter the house, the door was locked and she couldn't get in. She couldn't stand up because of the pain in her feet, and she was freezing and couldn't speak because of the heavy snow that started piling up all at once. And on a night of heavy snow, there was hardly anyone walking outside. She must have felt hopeless. It was really by chance that the neighbor's wife found Kayla. When she went outside to shovel the snow from her front porch, she heard a woman's voice screaming for help. She was found buried in the snow and taken to the hospital. The temperature dropped to -6 degrees yesterday. I wonder what would have happened if the neighbor's wife hadn't found her.
Oh my god, is Kayla safe?
Fortunately, she's in stable condition. She needs to stay in the hospital for a while.
Which hospital?
Do you think I would tell you?
What?
When she was thrown out in the snow, she was terrified. Of course she would be. You thought she was me. Don't just come home all of a sudden. You sleep in the garden until morning. She said you were spouting out horribly mean things.
Oh, crap.
That's why she says she never wants to see your face again. She was treated like that by the guy she was dating. She'll probably be traumatized for the rest of her life.
Oh no, you mean I'll never see Kayla again?
Of course you won't. To be honest, I don't feel any sympathy for my husband's girlfriend. But I'm not so insensitive as to provide private information to the person responsible for sending someone to the hospital.
But I won't be able to live with myself with it like this. At least let me apologize to Kayla.
What can you accomplish by apologizing? Do you think that if you apologize, you'll be forgiven? Do you have any idea what a horrible thing you've done?
Yeah, but what else could I do? I didn't think she would come to the house.
I can't believe you would mistake your wife for someone you're having an affair with.
I only saw the back of her head, so it's not my fault. You guys have similar hair. She was standing in the kitchen wearing the apron. It's no wonder that I made a mistake.
Oh, I see then. So if it were actually me that you threw into the yard, it doesn't matter what would have happened, right?
No, it's just that.
Even if I had been left behind in the heavy snow and no one had found me, you'd be okay with that, right?
I didn't say that.
You would have rather just had me go to the other side without being found. Isn't that what you thought?
Don't be stupid. If I did that, I'd become a criminal.
Oh, you were ready to be a criminal, weren't you? What would happen if you were left out in the snow in 20-degree weather? Even a child knows what would happen, right?
No, it's just that I didn't think it would be this bad. I thought you could get into the house on your own.
You locked the door to keep me out. You said you weren't good at driving in the snow. You didn't even try to pick me up from work. But you were more than happy to drive in the snow to play with your lover.
Arya, give me a break. Seriously, I feel terrible.
It's too late to apologize now.
Anyway, I'm worried about Kayla. Please tell me where the hospital is.
I don't want to.
I'm begging you.
You'd better worry about yourself instead of others.
What?
After all the trouble you caused? You think you can get away with it?
What do you mean?
Can't you at least think of the possibility that the police are involved?
Police? No. The police is overreacting.
You know what? A young woman was thrown in the snow by a man, and an ambulance was dispatched. That's TV and newspaper material, isn't it?
Oh wait, did the police ask you any questions?
They did ask me a few questions. I wasn't there and was considered irrelevant under the circumstances, so I don't know what happened after that.
Wait a minute. Then what about me? Don't tell me I'm going to be arrested by the police and put in jail.
I don't know.
How can you say you don't know? We're married.
Husband and wife?
That's right. Your husband's in trouble. It's your duty as a wife to help him.
No. Suck it up. That's all I'm saying.
What the hell? That's too insensitive.
Insensitive? You've had 2 girlfriends.
What? No, I mean, married couples are supposed to help each other out in times of need. When they're in trouble, they help each other out, don't you think?
I'm getting creeped out by this husband and wife crap.
What?
I don't want to stay married to a piece of crap like you.
What?
Let's get a divorce.
Divorce?
Yes, divorce.
Wait a minute. Divorce is a big deal.
I've already started looking for a divorce attorney.
No, I'm not getting a divorce.
Don't you realize what you've done?
I'm sorry I threw Kayla out in the yard, but in the end you're fine. We don't have to get a divorce, right?
Listen, let me say it again. You're the one who cheated on your wife with 2 other women.
Yeah, but...
When I'm working overnight at the office, you were trying to make out with a woman in our house.
But besides you, the other 2 were just for fun.
Fun?
Well, more like an extension of my friends. You see, I've been popular with women since I was in school. and out of all of them, I chose you to be my wife.
Excuse me?
That means you were my true love. All the others were just for fun. Out of all my girlfriends. You should be proud that you're the only one who got to be my wife.
That means I'm interpreting that to mean that you were already having relationships with a number of women before you married me.
No, that's...
Okay then, I get it.
No, so...
I think my frustration level is about to hit its limit. I guess I'll ask my lawyer to do the rest.
Hiring a lawyer is a big deal. Let's talk it over again. We're married, aren't we, right?
I don't want to be married to you. That's why I'm hiring a lawyer.
That's terrible. I love you so much.
You've got 2 lovers. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Shut up. Well then, goodbye.
Alright, wait. Please don't divorce me.
After that, I requested an investigation by a detective agency to gather evidence. As I suspected, it was discovered that Martin had been cheating on me with several women even before he married me. I regretted it deeply, thinking that I had married an unbelievable man. Then with the help of a lawyer who was introduced to me by an acquaintance, I successfully obtained a divorce from Martin. Of course, I filed a claim for compensation against Martin and the other women he had cheated on me with. The house we lived in was in his name, so I quickly left after the divorce. After that, Martin had a lot of trouble ahead of him. Kayla blamed him for throwing her out in the yard and for being too timed. Not to be outdone, Martin made a big fuss, claiming that she had been trespassing in his house. There were also disputes with the other woman he had been having an affair with, and other women he had relationships with. The situation seemed to be in chaos about whether to file a police report and other stuff like that. My ex-husband, who was in trouble, contacted me persistently asking for help. I blocked his texts and phone calls. As for me, I have rented an apartment near my workplace and am living alone in peace. I can walk to the office, so I don't have to worry, even if it snows heavily. I'm thinking that if I meet a good guy, I may remarry, but I'm not sure. For the time being, I intend to focus on my job.